Hi, and welcome to the Resilience Unscripted podcast. Here we have Angelmarie, one of our house residents of Kathy's Place.
Hi, everyone.
Thank you for coming on today.
You're welcome.
So, I want to hear it from you. What's going on in Angelmarie's life?
So what's going on in my life is actually doing really well, courtesy of you and all your help and support along the way.
Thank you.
And I really appreciate you didn't give up on me and always continue to help me. And my journey started when I was 14 years old. I tried to smoke weed and it wasn't a good feeling, but then I would continue to smoke in high school, and it just led to later bad decisions in life. And just unfortunately, I had like a little bump in the road, a few bumps, but my addiction was smoking crack cocaine and smoking angel dust, and that was not
Angelmarie.
Yes.
It's going to blow me away over here. God. That one I did not know.
No.
I knew about the crack cocaine, but I did not know about the angel dust.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. So that was a bad combination. And although I still looked like I had everything together, I really didn't. And I was cheating my family out of like money, saying that, oh, I'm going to use the money to buy a birthday present for my goddaughter and stuff like that. And I can't believe how I was towards my family and my dad too. Like, my dad's very loving and caring and supporting, and along with my mom, but I just didn't make good decisions, and it just brought me to a bad place in my life, and I didn't realize how bad it was until I started to get clean. I'm like, wow, I made all these bad decisions. I hurt my family, I hurt my friends, and it just wasn't a good mix, like the drugs and trying to balance family life, social life. I was always home doing drugs in my apartment. I lost my housing, which was a good thing because and it stopped me dead in my tracks. It stopped enabling me because I didn't have to have my rent paid like a normal person would, because I had the housing. And also my neighbor, he was on house arrest before, so it was just very easy to get drugs whenever I wanted to. And when the boyfriends changed, the drugs had changed, so and it was just not a good scene. But I'm very glad that I had to face a decision either to go to jail or go to detox.
Let's talk about that.
Yeah.
So it's been 8 months for you?
Yep.
Congratulations.
Yay, thank you.
In the last 8 months, what have you gone through with working with detoxes, working with programs, working with the court system? How's that been for you?
Yeah. So probation, I know a lot of people don't want to be on probation because it's like a tight leash, but honestly, it's
a ball and chain on your ankle.
Yeah, and like although it's a silver lining, probation actually helped save me.
And they do.
Yeah.
A lot of times that's exactly what they do.
Yeah, and I was being receptive to the help, and along with you helped me with my dad and stuff, and it's just I'm glad that even though I didn't know what the heck I was going to get into when I was faced with that decision.
Like a train going by.
Yeah.
And that's what that one was.
I have a friend who I reached out to who works for the Everett Police, and I kept messaging him saying I needed help. If you can help me, there's my dad's number. You know my dad. We're all friends, and I knew like once I sent that message out, he's a mandated reporter, so I knew there was no turning back. And I just kept staring at my dad's picture when he was in the army in Italy and crying like I don't want my dad to bury me, especially like my mom too, but I had like that.
You have a close relationship with your dad.
Yeah. And like my dad came to this country, immigrated here, and he did the right thing. He's been working for 44 years since he came to this country. And like I just knew, I didn't know how I was going to get the help, but I knew that was like a good starting point to message a mandated reporter.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
It's like when you don't want to do it yourself and you know someone's going to push you. And he or she, he was that person who pushed you. You know?
Yeah.
So fast forward to now living at Kathy's place. I know you lived at Kara's place, you've been at Kathy's place, you've been with us for almost a year.
Yeah, thank you.
How much progress? You don't have to thank me. Thank yourself because you're the one that did the work. I'm just here to help
enforce
and provide the resources and a nice, safe place to live. But you are the one that did the work. So don't thank me. Thank yourself.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, Kathy's place has helped me a lot. It provides structure for me. And even though I've been with you almost a year, I'm still not ready to move on my own. I still need the structure. You give me the stability and you help me achieve my goals, and you help me do the vision board at the meetings too, and whatever.
That's right. We do the women's empowerment meetings on Tuesday nights, and you're always participating and always following along with the group and doing the different workshop books that we have. And it's just kind of great because it gets everybody together, gets them out of the house, gets them focused and engaged on something positive. And that's kind of what my main goal was of doing it.
Yeah.
But fast forward now that you've been through detox, you've been through a program, what does recovery in your life look for you now?
Just like I open more doors, and I'm not stuck in my apartment feeling sad and depressed until I got the next fix. I have a job. I work a few days out of the week. I try to do the best I can. And that provides stability too. And because that's a positive place for me to be and working and having that structure. And I've been with that job for about a year now. And it's just very helpful that I have a job. It keeps me busy too. And it's the get well job. And eventually
you got to get well.
Yeah.
You know, once you get well, you can do anything you want to do. What about, without mentioning the name of the IOP PHP, what about that? What does that look like for you?
That's an awesome place that I go to. I was hesitant about going because
I know.
Yeah, because it was going to be like a dent in my plans throughout the week, even though, like, you know what I mean, like just like
nobody wants to do it. Yeah. Nobody wants to go. Nobody wants to go to therapy. Nobody wants to go to programs. Yeah. Nobody wants to do any of that. Yeah. But sometimes
positive outlet.
We have to.
Yeah.
You know, and if we don't do it, we're not going to get the tools that we need to move forward in life, and we're not going to be able to use those into everyday living and get the coping skills and the mechanisms that they teach us to know how to better navigate everyday living.
Right. Yeah. And like the IOP, I recommend going to IOP. It's awesome. It's a place that I can reach out to when I also need help too. And it's a big support system.
So what do they do? Out of it. They do groups. Yep. They do one-on-one counseling with clinicians. You have a case manager. Yep. And then you get breaks in between, right?
Yes.
Okay, so typical to a substance use PHP, mental health PHP is the same thing.
Yes.
So it's the same type of setup.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah, it's a fun place. Like I get to go all the way, like, to the place. Like
you can say where it is. Yeah, you don't have to say the name, but you can say where it is.
Yeah, it's in Jamaica Plain, and I love getting out of the city. And it reminds me of when I went to school in Jamaica Plain a long time ago. I was in a residential home called the Italian Home for Children. And I remember I was always so excited to go to school. So it's kind of like the same mindset. I'm excited to go to mental health school or drug school, if you want to say. And it's like all I have to do is get up and get ready. And then I'm brought there with the transportation. So there's not much.
Great? Yeah. It's great. You just walk outside. It's like having a livery car waiting for you. Before you know it, you open your eyes and you're there. Yeah. And then you just get brought back. It's feeling like Kim K, you know, getting in the black car and just getting transported all over the place.
Right.
It's good. Yeah. I'm proud of you for doing it.
Thank you.
I know at first it was like, the hell do you mean you want me to go there? And I was like, the hell do I mean? I do want you to go there. Like, you're going, you need to go. But you've been going now for what, 4 weeks?
Yeah.
And almost in a month's time, there's a huge difference.
Yeah.
There's a huge difference. Like, this is an Angelmarie that I didn't know a year ago if I was ever going to see. Like, we're free of drugs. We're free of weed.
Yeah.
Don't drink.
No.
Don't potty. Go to work, go to meetings, come home, like have your friends, have your family, which is great because like I really do like the dynamic of your family. Like your dad is really close to you.
Yeah, he loves you too. He's very grateful for you.
And I'm grateful that he supports you within living in this house because a lot of parents sometimes turn their back, you know, and they're like, not my kid, I don't want to know what's going on. Right. But he's right there with you. He makes sure, even when there was bumps in the road, like he stayed in touch. He made sure he did his father duties and was there to support you, which is really good because not everybody has that.
Yeah. Thank you. Yeah, I'm very lucky because some of the girls here, they don't have that. And I feel bad sometimes, like if I have a dad visit and it might bring up old feelings or some type of feelings, I don't want somebody to feel bad. But my dad, he's like the house father, so he's everybody's dad.
You're considerate about it, but you shouldn't have to limit sharing your experience. You know, we
Yeah.
all have to learn to cope with how we feel about different things. And, you know, just because you have something that someone else necessarily might not have doesn't mean you shouldn't be proud to share it.
Right.
So, you know, everyone needs to kind of learn to navigate those feelings and choose how to navigate them wisely, because, you know, you do have a really great family dynamic.
Thank you.
As we hope that everyone would, we know not everyone does. And we can help them in other ways.
Right.
You know. Let's talk about your background, because I know you have a degree.
Yes.
Let's talk about that.
I have my associates in criminal justice and a certificate in policing in the Democrat Society. And I'm going back to school.
Cookie.
And I'm going back to school in the fall. I have my orientation on the 31st.
Congratulations.
And that's the day I get off probation. So it's going to be a good transition. The same day I get off probation, I'm going to
So there's no idle time?
No.
What do I tell you about idle time?
And my little sister, I know it's not good for my mental health, but makes my mind race a lot and just overthink things sometimes. But me and my little sister, she's 27, but she's going to college for the first time.
This is why you relate to me so much, because I'm like your little sister.
I know.
Because you always say, like, my little sister, but now I know why, because I'm the same age.
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
But she's going back too.
Yeah.
So this is a family thing.
Yeah, because she got.
Do you have any more siblings?
An older sister.
Is she going back to school too?
No,
okay.
she's 42.
All right, well, she did her school. And
she did the best.
But, so you and your little sister going back to school.
Yeah.
What are your plans after you get finished with school?
Well, I want to kind of study the same thing that you're studying, like something in addiction counseling. I want to be able to help people.
As you should.
Yeah.
Because the best people to go through it are people with lived experience. So, although I don't have the lived experience, but I have it through family and friends, you have the lived experience through personal. You know, you've lived it yourself. So you know exactly when someone's saying they have cravings or they're having that feeling that they want to go use. You know what that feels like. As much as I would like to say I understand and I want to tell someone I understand, I don't. You know, and I understand seeing people go through it, but I can't say, yeah, I get what you're saying.
Right.
Because that would make me extremely hypocritical. And that is not my intent.
Right.
So once you finish, so you're going, what's the class you're going for?
I haven't set the degree yet, but I'm going to, because I'm not sure, it's a new field for me, because I have the associate's degree in criminal justice already, so I don't have to take the prerequisites because of all the classes I've taken. And I don't have to repeat that. And I think it's human services. Is that the degree?
That's what I'm kind of going through. I've done classes on human services, but I'm going for addiction counseling. So, or I think that's the actual legitimate name of it. I don't know. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
But I'm taking classes to be able to get my LADAC eventually.
Oh, wow.
So that's what I've been doing. I have 3 classes left.
Yeah.
Can't wait to get it done. Need to get my hours in. And
running the sober house at
the
same time. Busy.
Like, we have the podcast, we have the sober house, we have the women's meetings. I have my own life, believe it or not. Contrary to popular belief, I do have my own life. But it can get busy. And I get extremely, extremely tired sometimes. You know, it's a lot. And being an empath, which I think we both are, like, we both feel for people, can be extremely draining.
Yes.
And you can feel like you're dwindling down trying to build someone else up. But I think definitely the positivity in this house compared to what we had in the Lynn house is just so much different. Like, this house is so much brighter, nicer, bigger. Like, the vibe in here is much different. You'd walk in Lynn and you'd almost feel like it was like a group home.
Yes.
You know, this is a different feel. This looks like an actual, like, condo. You know, it's kind of geared towards looking more of that fit. And I think that the girls who have, not to say the girls that weren't there didn't thrive, because we had a couple that left there and came here. But the girls that were there, I feel, were slower at thriving in their recovery and making strides in their recovery than the women here. And maybe that's because of the geographical area that it was in. I don't know. Not to say that Lynn is not a bad place. It's not. I have plenty of friends and, you know, family and stuff that live over there, and I like it myself. But I think Revere has been a huge change because you're in a different area. It's a little bit less of a criminalized area.
Right.
There's not, yeah, you don't have to really be on guard as much as you did there. So I think you guys are more apt to going out and taking public transportation, walking the streets, going to and from stores,
Yes.
than opposed to there.
Yes.
You know, it's a little different. So I see you guys making bigger strides at this location, and that makes me feel confident because.
And you always wanted a bigger house. For
Yeah,
all of us
I always
too.
wanted a larger house. So.
Yeah.
You know,
very thankful for you. And also I'm very, like, let's see what the words are. I look up to your father a lot because he's 32 years clean.
Almost 33.
33, yeah.
Almost.
And you never had, like, what's the word? You never had to see your dad high. And that's like a really cool thing that he did. Like, I'm very, like, so, like, I have admiration for your dad.
Thank you. He did it before I was born. You know, just not even like years, but like a couple of years. You know, I'm 27. He'll have 33 years. So what's that, like 5-6 years in between? But, you know, he was younger and did a lot of crazy things, as a lot of people know. But everyone suffers differently. And what was so different about that situation was it was all three of them. It was him and his two brothers. So my grandparents didn't have an opportunity to have a quiet house. It was always something. There's always police at the door, or there was, you know, phone calls to and from hospitals, or, you know, jails. Like, it was just always chaos, right? And I feel like back in the day, East Boston was known for having a lot of chaos because that was like the era of like crime and like things happening, you know, and people just wanted to hang out on the street. That was the thing to do, to hang out on the corner. And as much as we like to like go out and, you know, venture into the city or like stay out late at night, nothing good happens past 11 o'clock at night.
No.
It's fun every once in a while to get out and do something, but like when you're constantly doing it and you're hanging with the wrong people or you're going to the wrong places, people, places, and things are what's going to get people in trouble. And that's what caught up to all three of them. So, you know, they were with the wrong people, the wrong places, and certainly the wrong things. And, you know, my dad made it through, but my two uncles did not. And my aunt that this house is named after, my aunt by marriage, did not either. So, you know, to see him where he is now, especially going through all his health problems, it's crazy because you think that would knock someone down, but he's so strong that he doesn't even second guess like what he's gone through and what he's dealing with now. And he, I don't know, he just bosses up and just keeps going. So
and I try to follow the same path, and I appreciate all your encouragement all the time. And,
I try,
and
you
our
know,
housemates and the house manager here.
We have a really good house manager.
Yes, she's awesome.
Knock on wood. We have an amazing house manager, and I'm very grateful for her and everything that she does. And we do have really good, I don't want to say good girls, great girls here. Like, we have such a great house that it's different from the others. You walk in some, they have 12, 15, 20, 30, 40 beds, right? It looks like a factory. But we're an 8-bed, I don't want to say facility either because we're not, 8-bed home, you know, and feels like home. You come in and there's welcome home signs, like we've crushed your goals over there. Over there's good vibes. Over there's a Chanel, Hermes, Saint Laurent picture. Like, you don't feel like you're in a sober house. It's not typical, you know. And
it's helping us transition to the next chapter.
And it's kind of envisioning like this is what my house can look like. You know, so I like that about what we do.
And when I had my own apartment, when I was in full addiction, I had dishes stacked up to the like the.
Are you gonna tell them how I don't like dishes in the sink?
Yeah, and it was to the point where this is gross. Like, that maggot started to grow in the sink, and it was just so bad. I share that because, like, I'm totally different now, and there's not a mountain of clothes that's not folded or unorganized. And you teach us how to clean up after ourselves and be efficient with our time. And like, I don't leave a dish out anymore because of you.
The strain I went on vacation.
Yeah, that's all.
It's another story for another day, but
hasn't came back yet.
No, it's on a long hiatus.
But it enforces good cleaning.
It does, ethic. You know, because a clean house is a happy house. I always say, and the number one key thing to having a good, productive day is make your bed before you go out for the day. Because if you're not making your bed before you go out for the day, you're not having a good start to the day, because now
Right.
you're going to come home and get in a bed that's all crinkled up, and your
Mhm.
mattress covers and all, your bedding is going to look like shit.
Yep.
And then you're getting in it, and what are you going to feel like?
Yeah.
Shit. So it's great to.
My bed's made. Good
job.
I do
It's proper
etiquette.
etiquette, it's proper housekeeping, it's building you up as a person, right? Not that living in a clean house is going to make you stay clean, but when you were living in active addiction, I can bet it was a lot different than living by a structured home.
Oh, yeah.
And I know you said you didn't even want to share that, but you did. But
Mhm.
look at how we have very minimal rules here.
Mhm.
I don't want this to feel like a militant style type of house, but
Mhm.
we, with the rules that we do enforce about hygiene and cleanliness, it makes it a little more easy to breathe around here, because you're not walking into something that you are having flashbacks about, how you used to live.
Right.
So it also helps eliminate the burden of feeling like triggered by what you used to live like. And
Yeah.
it's not going to be embarrassed about. Everyone has had depressive episodes, bad days, whether it's active addiction or not. People who don't even use sometimes don't clean the house for months. You see it on TV, like the Hoarder Show and stuff. And like, it's nothing to be ashamed of, but it's things that change over time. And with all the things that you've changed over time, you've now gotten 8 months.
Mhm.
So like, you're
Again.
almost a year.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? Things happen. Shit happens, and
And you
can't.
told me I was gonna do it again.
And I knew you would.
Yeah.
And
I always kept that in the back of my mind.
I know, and I know, I know you can't pre-plan what life is going to look like. But once you graduate from this house and move on, where do you see yourself?
I see myself living with my 2 cats again that my mom had. Thankfully, she was able to take the cats and they weren't shipped off to shelters. And like, at least I did that for my cats. Unfortunately, it was like a silver lining once again, but
they're safe. They're okay.
They're safe.
So
yeah. And that is also like what's it called, like ambition for me to do well and get my apartment back. And I'm trying with the housing route again. Let's see what happens, but I definitely see myself clean and sober and having like a family one day of my own. I'm 34, so I got to hurry up a little
you'll
bit.
be fine. My mother had me at 42.
Oh, okay, good. And I just see like a positive future. I don't know what it's going to entail, but as long as I'm using the tools that you offer and my clinicians offer and case management, as long as I follow that path and reach out to somebody when I feel like the cravings, as long as I have that back of my mind, like, I'll be okay. As long as I have those tools, and I have the tools, and I'm just ready, like, not 100% ready, but I mean, getting up, taking a shower every day is a huge accomplishment. Making your bed, like, when I feel depressed, I make my bed and I feel like a little better.
You feel accomplished.
Yeah.
And it's the little things. It doesn't mean you have to go out and buy a Rolls Royce and have a Rolex, but like.
Oh, I thought that came with the house.
But like, doing things for yourself to make you feel better. Like, you're going out, you're going to work, you're going to meetings, you're making your bed, you're doing your chore, you're taking a shower, you're maybe getting your nails done, or you're going tanning, or you're doing things like that. Like, I'm just thinking of things you like to do, but they're things that maybe necessarily you wouldn't have done before.
No, I waited 2 months before I got my eyebrows done when I was in full addiction, and like when I finally did it, I was like, wow, like, I have a problem.
No, well, you didn't have a problem, but did you feel like you were accomplishing something?
Yes.
Okay, that's what I'm trying to get at.
Yeah.
I do want to touch a little bit on the last subject.
Okay.
So there's a huge thing with people in recovery, and a lot of times they think that marijuana is not a drug because it's a plant.
Yeah.
But according to the federal government, it is a drug.
Yeah.
Even though it's legal on the state level, it's not legal federally unless it's enforced by a medical card.
Yeah.
But how are you feeling since there's no weed, there's nothing? Like, how are you feeling?
Well, I feel like although as much as I loved the marijuana, it was causing more damage. My stomach was hurting all the time, and I was using it to relieve stomach pain and anxiety. But now,
talk about backfiring, huh?
I know, yeah. And it was doing damage to my lungs as well. And I was obsessing over it, like compulsively obsessing over it, like I did with the other drugs. And I've learned to just not function without it and not use it as a pacifier anymore. That's what I was doing. I was using it as like a pacifier. And it just, like, even when I made the mistake, I smoked the marijuana, and then I realized, like, my brain function is totally different. And, like, I'm kind of scared to smoke marijuana again, to be honest.
I
Like,
see a lot more clarity in you
Yeah.
since you stopped smoking marijuana.
Me too.
Because although weed is great for people who have cancer and things like that, and maybe medically need it, and maybe they don't have addiction, so to them it's like, taking Tylenol. But for people who are actively in recovery, in going to meetings and preaching their recovery, to the highest, it's kind of like a double-edged sword, because then sometimes people look at you and they're like, what do you mean you're smoking weed? Like, I thought you were clean. But they don't get it. Everyone's recovery is different, right? And what may work for you might not work for someone else. But now, knowing what you know about it, how do you feel about that?
I feel great. Like,
so we weren't all crazy when we were telling you the weed was making it worse, right?
Yes, right.
All right.
Yeah. And, like, I would overeat a lot too, and then ride my moped under the influence.
Maybe don't tell them that.
No. But
maybe don't tell them that.
No.
I mean, this was years ago.
Yeah, this was a lot.
That's a long time ago.
But I was using that as a crutch.
I'm sure you're not the only one.
Yeah. But yeah, I realized how damaging it was. Like, it just not good, not a good fit for me, the marijuana, as much as I loved it. But I don't, like, I could go out anytime to get it, and I just don't have that. I don't have the energy for it. I have all these other good things going for me, and I got my medication, like, adjusted in the hospital when I was in the hospital, and I feel better.
If you could tell,
I don't have to worry about smelling like marijuana when I go around people. If
you could tell yourself one thing when you were in active addiction that you know now that you didn't know then, what would it be?
Let's see. Maybe, like, just realizing how terrible it was, how damaging it was for me. Like, I'd always chase the next high and not being a good functioning person in society. Although I'm friendly, but, like, it was holding me back. I lost time that I could have used the time investing in something else positive. And it was just a negative thing. And I would tell myself, you can do it. You don't need to be around people that are also a bad influence. And that although, like, I didn't know exactly what was going to happen, but I'm very glad that, like, I was able to make that decision to get help.
So if you had to give yourself one piece of encouragement from back then that you know now, like, if you told yourself, like, I didn't know then what I know now, what would it be?
That it was holding me back, and I got caught up with the wrong people, and that wasn't the life for me. As much as I may have enjoyed it, it was still debilitating and just not, like, it wasn't a good thing for me to do. And, like, I've accomplished so much in over a year, and I don't want to risk losing that all over again.
Damn right.
No. And I'm very grateful that I chose to go on a different path, a better path.
Good. All right. If you had one resource that you could give our listeners and viewers, this airs on Wednesday.
Okay.
What would it be?
It would be that it's never too late to get help. It's never too late to start your dreams. It's never too late to go to school, and it's never too late to start over.
And there you have it. Thank you, Angelmarie.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Thank you.